any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Denver Broncos. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Got 20.
54. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. SOS.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson, 77 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Ricky.
Shoot.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
22-jet bomber. Ready?
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Samson Abukum, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Cut. 180.
Check. Watch 54. Watch out.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Second down, it's Henderson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to say, as you...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Open man here is Hamilton. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Complete to Deshaun Hamilton. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Ready.
Go 58's the mic.
Here we go. Let's rock it.
Let's bring it. Hey, alert 3.
Hey, Haywood. Now.
Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, Kenny.
Here's Gall. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15. A huge play that time for the Rams. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Hey, 5.
A shotgun snap for Gall. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check 9.
A give to Kamara running right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
Let's go, team.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches, you say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point up and through. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's 3rd and 9.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check 99. Check 99. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Block taking the snap at 1. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Locke. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
59. Mike to 59. Here we go.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59. Here we go. Check. Hot route. Hot.
Ready.
From midfield, here's Locke. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Bill O'Brien, an offensive mind, and he's going to trust his offense here. They're going for it on 4th. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Go.
58, boys. 58, Mike.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Get it.
Locked to throw for it on 4th. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Dante Fowler in on the stop. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They come up in an offset eye. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, kill.
Hey, watch it.
From the gun, here's gone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 2nd and 10, gone. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Here we go. Mike 20.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Switch. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Go.
Faking to give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. His throw incomplete. That one broken up by David Long on the defensive end.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Look at me. Score. Yep. Bravo. Hey. Shoot.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return, it's Kamara. 12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
At the 41-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check the backer.
Goff going to give this one to Henderson. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Right 20. Hey, Tell.
He's coming. We got double up.
Here's Kamara, try to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Not today, you won't.
Another run by Lindsey. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Play action. Now it's locked. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Ebukam in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Kamara now to return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Pull it together. Mike 54.
Out of the gun. Gone. Stepping up, he'll try and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
4 down.
On 2nd down now, it's Henderson. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Come on. 20.
They run once more with Henderson. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Gall. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Again, it's Kamara, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Alvin Kamara with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Broncos on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Watt going to throw. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, Echo.
Lock going to go on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey. Shift. Kill.
Hey, kill.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Me and you all day.
Shell. Hey, Charlie.
Gone. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Lock to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw it is Lock. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
That's good for Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Lock now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Fire.
From the gun, it's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. It's a foot race. The 20. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. That one may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously, something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are on the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that will cut this lead down to 25. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Value 1.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Protein spill.
54.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run it again with Kamara. And he powers his way up past the 30. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
54. Mike, 54.
So don't say nothing.
Mike's 5-4.
5.
Here's Goff. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost, it was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
6 guys.
Block now to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Block off of play action. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 48-yard line.
Like 20.
Check 53. Watch the out. Watch the out.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. On the ground, this is Kamara. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And really, it looked at times like they just had this